This lecture we will be studying about dispersion. How do you find out dispersion is, what are the measures? Range, quartiles, mean deviation, standard deviation. So in case of range, if the raw data is given to you, you find the range by maximum minus the minimum. Maximum number is 70 minus 10. So the range is 60 now. For a ungrouped frequency distribution, again you find the value of xi. The maximum number is 3 minus the least number, the minimum number. So thus you get 2. If a grouped frequency distribution data is given to you, you are just going to do the higher limit, that is 60, minus the lower limit, that is equal to 60, which is the range in case of grouped frequency data. Now if quartiles are to be found out, then now in case of ungrouped frequency distribution, how do you go about it? You have to first find out the cumulative frequency. So how do you find out the cumulative frequency? This is the data given to you. 5, you write 5 over here. 5 plus 50, 55, 55 plus 40, 95. Okay, the value of n is the total of the frequencies. Now you just find out the value of n by 4 in case of first quartile, n by 2 in case of second quartile, and 3n by 4 in case of third quartile. Okay, so whatever value that you get, suppose it is the first quartile, n by 4 is 95 by 4 is 23. So now you have to find out cumulative frequency just greater than 23.75, that is 55. The corresponding xi value is the first quartile. Okay. Similarly, you find out 3n by 4. Okay, 95 multiplied by 3n by 4, you get 71. So you have to find out cumulative frequency just greater than 71, that is 95. The corresponding value is the third quartile. Now in case of group frequency data, this is the formula that is applied. This is for the first quartile. Second quartile you already know that, which is the median, we have already discussed that, and this is the third quartile. So how do you go about it? You find out the class marks first. This is given to you, the classes are given to you. You find whether the classes are continuous or not, otherwise you substitute it with class boundaries. Otherwise you find out the lower limit, higher limit is given, xi value you find out, that is the class mark, frequency is given to you. You find out the cumulative frequency in this case also. The value of n is the total of the frequency. Now in case of first quartile, what do you need? I need the lower limit of the first quartile class and the frequency of the first quartile class. So now what is the first quartile class? The first quartile class is n by 4, you got to find out, this is 25, right? So find out cumulative frequency which is just greater than 25. Cumulative frequency just greater than 25 is 30, right? So 10 dash 20, this is the first quartile class for me. Okay, so over here you will substitute it with 10, that is the lower limit of the first quartile class, and frequency of the first quartile class is what? 18. 18 is the frequency of the first quartile class, and what is C? All the frequencies above the first quartile class you got to add up. That is how you get C, and n you already know, it is 100. And what is H? H is the class size. What is the size of the class? 20 minus 10. Is it okay? Now in case of third quartile, the lower limit of the third quartile class you want to find out. So now what is the third quartile class? 3n by 4 you find out, 75, right? Now just find out the cumulative frequency just more than 75, it is 77. So the corresponding class is the third quartile class. That's why 30, the lower limit, is to be coming here. Okay, 30 plus, you know the value of n is 100. What is C? All the values of all the frequencies above this class. Okay, that is 27 plus 18 plus 12. That would come as C. H is the class size. F is the frequency of the third quartile class. Third quartile class, what is the frequency? 20. So this is how you get the quartiles, the third quartile. And interquartile range, this is how you find out Q3 minus Q1. Quartile deviation Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. That is how we find out the quartile deviation. Then let's come to mean deviation. What is mean deviation? You find out the mean and you are just finding out how far is each number from the mean, and you find the absolute value of it. So first of how do you find out the mean for this for the raw data is sum of these numbers divided by the count. So you get 44. Now each number I have to subtract with 44. Each number 60 minus 44, 30 minus 44, 70 minus 44, and you take an absolute value. So the sign minus sign is there, you are just removing it. Now you are adding this up. So mean deviation is what? It is 1044 divided by the count. How many numbers are there? N. N is 5. So this is how you get the mean deviation. In case of ungrouped frequency distribution, how do you find out the mean? To find the mean, you have to find out xi, fi values, right? Have I found out that? Okay. Okay, this is missing out here, so you will have to do that. Sum of fi xi. So find out a column, have a column over here, fi xi, multiply it and just add it up. Fi xi को add कीजिए divided by n. This is how you find out the mean. The mean is 1.72 over here. Now what is the mean deviation? Each and every number xi value minus the mean. Find the mod of it. Then multiply it by fi. So this is how you find out. You multiply this with this column and then add it up. Okay. And thus you get the sum of all these values, which has to be now divided by 95, that is n. So this number divided by 95. So if we just see the formula that is there with us, let's see whether we are going to get it. Okay, if you really have to write it down, how will you write it? Let's see whether I can get a flash out here. Okay. So mean deviation is equal to summation of mod of xi minus mean. Okay. So you have to just add it up, hai na? I'll take another brush. Okay. Now divided by capital N. This is how the mean is found out. Okay. Now if I am having a frequency distribution, what is the difference? Only you have to just multiply it by fi value. Okay. Fi comes over here. You have to just multiply it by this. So multiply this value with fi and then only add it up. Okay. Then only add it up, and later on whatever sum you are getting, you divide it by the n value, that is the total of the frequency. Okay. How in case of group frequency distribution, how do you go about it? We find out the mean, and for that you will have to do fi xi, you have to multiply it. Okay, xi is the class mark, you find it out, find out the mean, that is 11.82. Now for each and every xi value, just subtract the mean. Xi value of 5 is subtracted with the mean. Okay, this is what we are doing. Yeah. Okay. So xi means this 5 minus the mean, 15 minus the mean. Okay, and then you multiply this column with fi, and then you find the summation of it. Whatever summation that you get, you have to now divide it by n. So whatever value that you are getting, 1182 is divided by 100, and that is how you get the mean deviation. Now let's move on to standard deviation. In standard deviation, what happens? In mean deviation, you have to find out the mod, isn't it? Absolute value. So that problem gets corrected in standard deviation because we are finding out the square. So let's see, in case of raw data, what do you do? First find out the mean, then find out xi minus the mean and square it up. Okay. So how does the formula look like for a standard deviation? So how do you really write the standard deviation? Standard deviation means this is how you write it, sigma. Standard deviation is equal to xi value minus the mean, that is x bar. The writing is not that good, but we'll have to square it up, okay, and then what you do, sum it up. You have to sum this up, you have to divide this bit with n, you have to divide this with n, and then you have to find the square root of this, okay. So xi minus mean square root, you found out this value. What is standard deviation? Is the square root of 2480 divided by 5, that is the count, okay. 2480 divided by 5 and you find the square root of it. This is how you get the standard deviation. In case of ungrouped frequency distribution, what do? You find out the mean. As usual, you know that fi xi, total fi xi divided by n. Xi minus mean, so every number of xi is subtracted by mean and squared up, okay, that you can do. Then what you find out is fi multiplied. So this column you are multiplying with fi value and then adding it up, okay. And then what do you do? Square root of this minus divided by n, okay. This divided by n, you find out the later find out the square root of it. So over here you can see, okay, let me see what do I get? 72. Just a moment, so there is an error here. This is this value, okay. It is this value divided by 95 and the square root of it, okay. Yeah. And in case of group frequency distribution, how do we go about it? The same way, only the difference is you have to find out the class mark find करना है बस आपको, बाकी तो procedure एकदम exactly same है. This is how you find out the standard deviation. If I am having these 3 columns, raw data, ungrouped data and grouped, and how to find out the range, you have to write quartiles over here. How to find out the quartiles, okay. Mean deviation, this is how you write the formula for it. Mean deviation, always remember n is the count of the number and capital N is the count of the frequency, meaning it's the same thing, but do remember small n means total numbers, count of the numbers. Even capital N means total count of the numbers, but what you have to do is total of the frequency to get it. And this is standard deviation, okay. Standard deviation, there are alternate formula for it also. So either you do it xi minus x bar, the square of it divided by n, or you can also do it this ways, okay. These are other ways to do it. This formula just remains the same. In group frequency, only the difference is xi is the class mark. I hope the complete calculations of how to go about dispersion is now clear to you people. So what we have found out is how to calculate the range, the quartiles, the mean deviation and the standard deviation.